What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I'm a little bit late talking about this topic. All right. And that is, the fact that Kevin Durant was apparently caught liking a tweet that dissed Steph Curry. Okay. Apparently the tweet was saying that, Steph Curry had to rely on 3 All-Stars and that he didn't win until Kevin Durant came there. And I think that the tweet even said something about Curry was really trash and all that. And apparently Kevin Durant liked the tweet. Now later on he unliked it. So this was condemned by a lot of people. And, Shannon Sharp had a field day about this on Undisputed. Now, this is my honest opinion about this. I'm not going to defend Kevin Durant's actions. That was fucked up to do. Okay. There's one point that Shannon Sharp made that did have some truth to it, I think. And that is, I do think it bothers Kevin Durant that from the collective media, he doesn't get that credit. Okay? I think it bothers him. And it should, honestly, because they're all complaining about Kevin Durant's actions, but the media is culpable in this too, okay? Whenever, I'll put you like this. There are certain people in the media, when Kyrie Irving hit that great shot, he didn't really get, outside of that day that they won the championship, collectively, over time, Kyrie doesn't get the credit he deserves for his impact in that finals and that season and during the whole championship era for Cleveland. He doesn't get the credit that he probably deserved. And a lot of that is due to the media because they tend to push a certain narrative, okay? Kevin Durant has also been, unfortunately, affected by that. And if you notice, it's a reason why Durant and Irving are apathetic toward the media. They have an adversarial approach when it comes to the media. And it's not just because they're assholes, it's because the media does share some blame in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be objective, I'm going to be fair about this. Now, Durant, that was despicable, okay? Especially considering the fact that you went over there. Now, they did recruit you, but you chose to go over there, okay? You chose to go to Golden State, and you should have known from the get-go that you were not going to get the credit that you deserve because that was Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's team. That's how it works, okay? Everybody knows that if Dennis Rodman didn't sign on to the Chicago Bulls to address their weakness in the interior and their rebounding woes, the Bulls would have never won any championships. They wouldn't have. I don't care how many points Jordan scored or how hard Pippen tried on defense. They wouldn't have won any championships because back then, a lot of the battle was won in the trenches. Who won the rebounding battle, which, decided often who shot more free throws because oftentimes the bigs, they were scorers and they would get to the foul line, and whoever won the rebounding battle, their team had more possessions. So even if you didn't shoot the ball very well, if you won the rebounding battle 55-37, you still would win because your team had more possession and more second chance shots. So we know that. But because that was Michael Jordan's team and Scottie Pippen's team, they got the lion's share of the credit. That's how it works. Okay? When Moses Malone joined Philly in 82, he did get credit. But who did they say finally won a championship? They didn't say Moses Malone finally won a championship. They said Julius Erving finally wins an NBA ring, although he did win multiple ABA rings as well. On the flip side, as Charles Barkley always says, they don't say Kevin Johnson never won a championship, or Mark West never won a championship, or Cedric Ceballos never won a championship, or Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones didn't play with Barkley. They'll say Charles Barkley never won a championship. The superstar is the one that gets the credit, but they also get the blame for shit. And that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, Sharp is correct in that assessment that there are going to be some guys who are destined to be loved and some guys who are destined to be controversial. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, overwhelmingly are generally beloved by the NBA fan base. Not saying they don't have their haters, but they're generally beloved. Isaiah Thomas wasn't. But only a true hater would not see Isaiah as at least a top 3 all-time point guard. There's a case for top 2. Now, back to Kevin Durant, all right? The media, definitely, a lot of people in the media, they are trying to push this divide between Curry and Durant. And they've been doing it for a while, okay? If you've been paying attention. All the way back to when Durant was still playing with the Warriors. Talking about who deserves more credit, who was the better player, all of that. Remember, Chris Broussard had this thing where if you look at the numbers and the 20-something games that Curry didn't play, the team is only 24-11. But when Durant doesn't play, whatever. All you had to do is look at the finals to determine who was the better of the two. Okay? Curry is great, but Curry has limitations. Okay? Just like Giannis is magnificent, but he has limitations. And when you're playing against a great high IQ team, which you generally are doing when you're playing the finals, a great team with a great coach, they can find these limitations, know what they are, and try to game plan to maximize your limitations against you, right? Like they do with Giannis and like they do in the finals to an extent with Curry. Now, it's harder to stop a guy on offense that could shoot in this era. But as you saw, when they use certain tactics against Curry, he can be minimized to a degree. Instead of going off for 35 a game on 50% shooting, he'll go off for 30, 25 or 30, but the shooting percentages are lower, okay? Durant is harder to do that. Durant can shoot from all over the court. Durant is 7 foot tall. He's just so dominant that it's hard to stop him in that aspect. But the media is trying to push this divide because I think a lot of them are having a intent on trying to push Curry to go play for someone else. Okay, not using any names. I just think they're trying to push him to go play somewhere else. I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to work. Now, like I said, the media does play a hand in all this shit. Okay, so this is my thing. I wish Kevin Durant. You know, this is the thing. People pay so much attention to his account, paying attention to what he's doing. That's his fucking account. And he can do whatever the fuck he want to do, to be honest with you. Now, he has to pay the repercussions for it, but that's his fucking account. Why are people so interested in what he likes and what he doesn't like? And I mean, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? To me, all these analysts, all these media personnel, they need to worry about their culpability as to why the NBA ratings are so shit right now. Because they talk about the same topics every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? They have no creativity. They've, they're now to the point where they have to siphon off of lower tier YouTubers and creative content creators to find some ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad and despicable. This is why, partially at least, why the NBA ratings are so bad. Some other factors involved too. But, yeah, to the point where we're talking about look, when someone watches the NBA, I want to know about what a guy is doing out there on the court. I don't want to turn to this is why I'm so loath to talk about this stuff. I don't want to turn on fucking TV and hear them talking about someone's fucking burner account. What is this, basketball or reality TV? Do you wonder why ratings are so shit right now? We're getting less basketball talk and more gossip. I don't give a fuck about who's married to who's fucking who's beefing with who. I don't care about any of that shit. Guys have been fighting each other in locker rooms since time immemorial. Since the days of the fucking Chicago Stags, okay? You don't think that fucking Joe Fulks got into a fist fight with some of his teammates probably? Yeah, that's just how it is. You don't think Jerry West got into an argument, screaming match with some of his teammates? Of course. That doesn't take away from how great a player he was. So at the end of the day, we need to stop talking about some of this dumb shit. It's ridiculous. Okay, but that's all I got to tell you. That's all I got to say from my perspective. Tell me what you guys think.